Thank you, Dr. Ludman, for speaking with WION. Now, I wanted to ask you firstly about the psychological impact of this war on the people in Ukraine who are obviously suffering the most. You've written a book about dealing with conflict, which covers terrorism and war. What can you tell us about the long-term repercussions and the sorts of support that people are going to need going forwards?
Okay. Hi, Jody. The first part is the short term that I need to look at, and depending on the short term, it will definitely have an influence over the long term impact. If they get support now, if they feel that people are with them, if they feel that their basic needs are met, they'll do much better off in the long term. So we're looking at things like warmth and comfort and feeling safe, and those are very important. Right now, they're energized, they're highly motivated. They're fighting a war. It's their home, it's their life, and that's key. On the long term, those factors depend really on how they do it. Do they win? Are they successful? Are there people helping them out? Will they feel that they can manage? And if so, the impact will be lessened. But safety is the key thing, the key factor. People need to feel safe in order to not be traumatized in the future.
How should parents and grandparents around the world speak to older children about this conflict? It seems that many want to strike a balance between reassuring them that the conflict won't affect them and educating them about just how interconnected our world has become.
That's a beautiful balance, and it may not be so easy to achieve, but we always want to try that. And the best way to achieve that balance is to hear what the older kids, what their concerns are, and answer their questions as honestly and openly as we can, while being mindful of the fact that their safety is important, and they need to know that, again, that they are safe.
What advice do you have for people who may be thousands of miles away from the actual fighting, yet who feel incredible anxiety about what might happen next?
So it's important for us to remember that we are thousands of miles away, and that in this moment, right now, we are okay. All right, and that's the safety factor again, but it's again very important to remember we are okay, and we should maintain our routines as much as possible. Yes, we're going to be very interested, we're going to be very concerned, we should be watching the news, but not over-watching the news. And to remind ourselves, we can only be in control of what we can be in control of. But right now, that's our safety, and we are okay.
And how should parents speak to their younger children who might be picking up false information from classmates or even picking up on their parents' anxiety without fully understanding what's going on?
It's very, very important with young kids to keep it simple, to keep it at the level of understanding that they know. So not give them more information than they need to know, be accurate and as honest as we can, but also let them know that their safety is important and we're there to look after them. There are things that they could do. They could make cards, they could make drawings, they could even collect a little bit of money and possibly send it just to have them feel that they are helping somebody else. And that's a very important thing for them. That's very valuable to do.
Thank you, Dr. Ludman, for that advice, which I'm sure will help people and families across the globe. This is Jodie Cohen for WION, World is One.